You know, it's so weird not starting the show off. Good morning, good morning, good morning. But welcome back to the
Good
Married to
afternoon.
Sports podcast here in the afternoon. With me, as always, I've got Corey, Hot Rod, and Diabolical. How you guys doing today?
Doing good.
We're
Well,
doing okay.
okay.
Doing better than my damn Cowboys. Y'all ain't leave my Cowboys
How
alone,
about
I'm for
them
real.
Cowboys?
Do not bet on my Cowboys. Do not play with my Cowboys no more, Rod.
But
I swear, I
and
will put. I will
Lamb
put.
and Pickens have been winning money all year. What
I will
happened?
talk Dabo Sweeney up and Clemson up all offseason.
You already did, so we're even.
No, we're not even. We were even the first game we lost, you bum.
Ugh. Yeah, but see, we got 5 losses. Guess what? The Cowboys have to have 5 losses to make it
No,
even.
you freaking bum. Stay away from my stuff.
I'd take 5 losses because that means we'd have at least a winning record.
So Tiny Hands yesterday went tiny. He went 25 for 34, 309 yards. Dak Prescott actually went 31 and 47, 376 yards. CD went out. He had 6 catches for 120 yards, 121 yards, and Pickens had a whole whopping 37 yards. Who is this loss on? Who deserves the blame for this loss?
Well, you're all right. I'm going and just tell you, you got to get rid of Eberflus.
Huh.
Uh, your game, you're all right. That's low hanging fruit, Brandon. But look, let's just go ahead and call it. Your biggest problem this year has been defense in some of these games because your offense has put up the points, but your defense has let you down. And it doesn't matter what jersey name is on there. You can talk about this player coming back. Oh, this player's healthy. He's back. At the end of the day, though, it's the same defense scheme out there. And this late in the season, you got a team like Detroit that's also got their backs against the wall. They definitely watched a lot of film on that defense, and they knew exactly where to hit you guys all game. It didn't matter. You could put a kid off the bench in there, and he's still running that defensive scheme. He's going to get burned. They called the right plays last night, and they were getting what they wanted when they needed it.
On
So
top on
start
top
with
of that defense,
Eberflus.
on top of that
Stop with them.
defense, the other one that needs fired besides the defensive coordinator is our special teams coach because they had two guys returners that went over 100 yards. They started in positive territory almost every possession.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. You guys
that's
That,
horrible.
playing from behind.
that's saying something. That's more like a high school team than it's a pro team when you look at it like that.
They averaged 40 yards on kickoff returns.
Brandon Aubrey, though. Brandon Aubrey showing up week after
Well,
week,
yeah, that part.
proving
Yeah.
to be the best player on my team.
What are y'all? But other nights I've told Rod stay away from kickers. Stay away from kickers. But yesterday's podcast, I said, Rod, if you're ever going to take some kickers, tonight's the game to do it. And did you do it?
Yes, I did. And here's the interesting stat. I took Aubrey for 8.5 kicking points, and I took the the Lions kicker. Both
Yep.
both of them had like 30 points combined. And so you look at the 44 points that Lions put up, if you combine those,
I'm just waiting to say you're welcome, Rodney, after I get the thank you.
thank
That's
you.
all I was looking for.
Thank
Hey,
you,
Yeah,
Diego.
you're welcome.
Hey, on
You're
that,
welcome.
back to that special teams, real quick. Detroit's two kick returners, they had two of them. One went for 141 yards, an average of 28.2. The other one went for 120 yards, an average of 40.0. That was on kickoffs. On punts, there was one return for 21 yards.
Right.
That was it.
No, special teams was atrocious. The only thing that was good about Dallas special teams is, once again, my best player finds his name making history. Brandon Aubrey
Yeah.
becomes the first kicker in NFL history to have 3 kicks 55 yards or more.
Aubrey had 2 tackles last night, also, just to let you know.
Hey, that one where he
So not only did he have
that
to
one
kick it,
hit where he saved a touchdown, that's a pretty nice hit,
yeah,
especially from a kicker. He
yeah.
reminded me of Pat McAfee back there.
But I'm saying,
I ain't gonna lie.
he has to kick. He has to kick field goals and then kick off, and because our special teams can't tackle, he's having to knock people out of bounds and hit them.
It's funny we're talking about the kicker being the most important player on the team. I mean, you think about it.
I don't think anybody said most
And
important. I don't think anybody said that.
yeah, I'm not saying that I'm being smart, but when you look at how good Aubrey's been this year, is what I'm saying. He's been Mr. Automatic, pretty much.
Yeah, but I say he's my best
I am
player.
tired of looking.
Nobody said that the kicker is the most valuable.
I'm not
He's just
saying that. I'm just saying he's the most important because he's the one generating a lot of points for you. Think about it. 16 points last night on 30 points you have. That's over half. That's all I'm saying, Brandon.
The bad part about our defense coordinator also, Brandon, is besides he sucks with schemes. Revel, Bland, Diggs, they're all man-to-man corners, and he's got these guys playing zone. And you've seen it on that one touchdown with Revel where he didn't get back far enough. It's like, how smart you got to be. Your best defensive backs play man-to-man, and you're going to keep running the damn zone.
Yeah.
Even Derek agreed on that one.
I mean, yeah, he's back there agreeing. But no, I mean, we saw it all night. I mean, Donovan Wilson was out of place. You saw Rebel out of place. You saw Bland getting burnt. And it was never in one-on-one coverage. It was always on the switch. It was always in zone.
Yep.
And no, I agree.
Yep.
And what's crazy is like all the players in the locker room are like, man, we need to play more man. We need to play more man. We need to play more man. Which when you play man and you have guys that can play man, you can do what Spagnuolo's great at, which is sending blitzes. You can do what what's that other really good coordinator?
Fangio.
Vic Fangio's a good one. That's not the one I was thinking of. Minnesota. Flores.
Oh,
Brian
Flores, yeah.
Yeah.
Really good at sending packages at different times, showing you different looks. Like if you watch Minnesota's defense, they disguise well. They really do. They disguise well.
Well, the other thing I noticed last night with that defense, with it being in the zone, how many times did Gibbs just go around the tackle and sit right there and get a running start before anybody could get him because they were in zone? Had a nice little wide open spot right there in the middle of the field. It was like,
Yeah, it was crazy.
in the first game of the year, it was Jalen Hurts killing us in the zone there, right up that middle.
Lions did a great job. J-Dub for the Lions, the receiver, did a great job. Yeah, I mean, the Lions they outplayed us. They just straight up beat us. Not a whole lot more I can say about it. That was a game we had to win. Dallas is going to completely miss the playoffs now. I know it says we got a 7% chance or 9% chance to make it. You need a lot of things to go right and a lot of things to go wrong for a lot of teams, and that's just not a winning formula. However, we're gonna do some jumping around today. While we're talking about the NFL, we're gonna I want to go to Diego Pavia. I don't know if you guys seen what his latest thing was, but before we do that, one of the things I love about this time of year is we start getting into awards and accolades, right? And to me, the most prestigious award in the NFL, to me, is the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. And so I actually have some of these guys that are written out. Demario Davis, Bobby Okereke, Julian Love, Jeffrey Simmons, Bobby Wagner, Hunter Henry, CJ Ham, Bradley Chubb, Kyron Williams, Cameron Dicker, Max Crosby, DJ Reader, Garrett Bowles, Solomon Thomas, Aziz Al Shamir, Kenny Morris II, Logan Cook, Travis Kelsey, Baker Mayfield, Curtis Robinson, Quincy Williams, Jordan Mailata, Kelvin Beachum, Derrick Henry, Jordan Love, AJ Terrell Jr., Grant Delpit, Deion Dawkins, Austin Corbett, DJ Moore, Ted
Yeah.
Karras, and Alex Highsmith from your team up there in Pittsburgh.
The thing about that is all teams have at least one nominee,
Right.
and then they
Right.
so
Um,
So,
Like what
so
I
looking
like
at that award,
Go ahead, but
looking at that specific award, I'm going to go ahead and look. Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner hasn't always been up at the Walter Payton Award, but Bobby Wagner, it doesn't matter what city he's playing in, he's always been in the community trying to help kids stay out of trouble, come to the boy and girl club, whatever, whether it be the Salvation Army, whatever the local places for kids to hang out and play an activity or sport after school. Uh, my pick for that this year would be Bobby Wagner because he's been doing it year in and year out without the accolades and the attention on it. Because you can look some of these people up even before this award happens because you can just do a simple search of what NFL players give back to their community no matter where they play. And Bobby Wagner's going to be there. So that's my pick, and that's why.
I'm happy to. I mean, I love seeing the players that have been there, in the league for a while being on that list. But I also really enjoyed the newer players getting on that list because that means that they're not taking their stardom and letting it go to their head, like AJ Terrell. And but Ted Karras, I like Ted Karras. He went to the University of Illinois. I know he does the exact same thing. Any of those guys winning it, any of them. I mean, Wagner's another one that, deserves it. So it's just nice seeing that happen.
yeah. This is my favorite. This is honest to God my favorite award because it doesn't just show your greatness on the field. It shows what you do off the field as well, and I think it does matter. I think it does matter. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, it doesn't matter what it." I don't like talking about what players do off the field.
It does.
But it matters. When my kids are looking up to you, I want to know that my kids are looking up to a good man.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It's important to look at this. I mean, guys like LeBron and others that say things and all, that a lot of these guys in the NFL that you named off, I've never lived really. I mean, I've heard of a lot of them, but because they're not so vocal, so I would really,
Rod,
yeah.
you have a Job Morant poster in your bathroom. I'm
No, I
sorry.
do not. What I'm saying,
I cannot listen to any more you have to say about Player of the Year awards and stuff like that. You have Job Morant up
no,
on your wall
I
in your
do
house.
not, and
That's
I take offense to that. I take offense to that. But what I'm saying is, most of these guys you don't hear about other than their play on the field. Is all I'm saying.
yeah,
So
that's true.
any of them would be well deserving. I mean, I really don't have a favorite right now, other than I'm a I'm gonna go Homer and say I'd like to see a Clemson guy win it. AJ Terrell would be a good pick because you never hear about any off the field issues, and what he does in Atlanta. Atlanta's one of those major cities that always you talk about. It's a dumpster fire, isn't it?
Yeah, Atlanta's rough.
So that's my pick. Homer pick. Take it for what it is.
But if one of these guys happens to friend Rod back on TikTok or Facebook, that's who he's
Right.
going with. So, anyways,
Wait
I've
a
heard
minute.
I've heard Deion Dawkins talk. I've seen him do some off the field stuff. I'm not a Bills fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I do know a little bit about what he does, and so to see Deion Dawkins up there, Alex Highsmith, that's another really good player on and off the field. Cameron Dicker is a confusing one to me. Not so much that Cameron Dicker is not a good player and a good person. I believe Cameron Dicker is all of those things. The Cameron Dicker one to me is unique because you have guys like Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, like some of these other guys that you would think would be more what's the word I'm looking for?
More obvious.
Yeah, I figured they would take the place of the kicker.
But it also comes down to who's got more availability, who's got more camera
And
time available.
Keenan Allen has been on that list
Oh,
before
I know, yes.
with
Yeah.
the Chargers. So
You got to remember that guy tried to retire already once, and he's back.
yeah,
because they
he,
needed
he has
help.
been on
All
that
right, maybe
list.
maybe Keenan Allen
Right.
wasn't a good name to drop. He's just a big name on that list. I was just saying, like, there's a lot of big names on
No, I
on the
know.
Chargers
No.
list. For it to come down to the kicker was kind of
Yeah.
odd.
Hey, Ted Karras is another one. He's an offensive, he's a center.
And
But you're good. But look, that's why I said do your own research on these picks, and also just do your own research in general, because there's guys throughout the league, top to bottom, that they remember where they came from, and it doesn't matter if they get put on a list for an award or not.
Right.
That's not why they're doing it. Now, some of these players, I think, are probably it's a lot of you know sweetheart TV, airtime that they have to fulfill a year. That's okay, fine, have me out there handing out, food at the soup kitchen, whatever. It's just to appease the contract. But some of these guys are legit. Doesn't matter if the even when the season's not going on, they're in their local communities, kissing babies and shaking hands because that's just who they are. So
but
that's all I got to say about it.
one other thing on this, we were talking about offensive linemen and all. Andrew Whitworth, that does the coverage on the Prime Thursday Night Football, won the award the last year he played.
Yeah.
So it's not unusual, is all I'm going to say.
Now he's related to JJ, right?
Who?
J.J. McCarthy? Oh,
No,
you meant J.G. Wentworth. Huh?
no Wentworth, or is it JT Wentworth? Which is it, Rod?
His last name's Whitworth, not Wentworth.
And it's
okay.
JG.
That's why I
It's
was
JG
thrown off.
Wentworth.
Yeah.
I need to
1-800 Cats now hashtag not a sponsor.
know. Congratulations to all 32 guys that got nominated. Really, it is a prestigious award, at least in my opinion. And to see all these names on there, congratulations. Even the ones that don't win, congratulations for being a standout citizen and model to the community. Now, really quick, have you guys heard about Diego Pavia on Twitter?
No, what's up with him?
No.
Dude sends a tweet or an X, whatever you call it now, right? I don't know if you call it a tweet anymore. Trump needs to make Trump, please make an executive order, please. Make an executive order, please, and go from 12 to 16.
You could have a lot of fun with that either way, and maybe he was also. I mean, that's just look. If you've watched anything about Poppy this year, he is a social media butterfly. I mean, he loves social media. He's trolling. Come on, he's trolling.
And Vanderbilt has put in a supposedly a lawsuit if they don't get in. They want to.
Well, yeah, they can, but
Oh, I know.
I mean, look,
Leave it out
he's
of that.
having fun with it. If you were Pavia, and you guys are playing some of the best football, I'm sorry that look, you call Tennessee what you will this year. To go into Knoxville and just destroy them the second half. Alabama would have loved to have done that, if they were in Knoxville doing it. Some of these other schools that are rivals of Tennessee, they would have loved nothing more if they could have done that against them. Yeah, it was a rival game, but I'm telling you, the league should probably, the teams that are going to the playoffs for sure, should probably be thankful that the Vanderbilt Commodores are not possibly getting into the playoffs, because that team right now is playing with magic. They are. They're just one of those teams that I would not want to face Vanderbilt first round if they got in. And so everybody's going to have fun with the trolling. They are. And Pavia is definitely running with it because they probably told him, like, hey, throw out this tweet because this is going to make some people go out of their minds. Which, what's it doing? It's generating conversation. It's generating, dissent amongst conference teams and fans and other. You go down the list. But here we are talking about it.
Well, Brandon,
So
I apologize.
Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished, Pavia.
I apologize because when you first said that he wanted Trump to make an executive order, I wasn't thinking about the playoffs.
No.
What are you thinking?
You're good. What I'm saying though is, it's
I
part
can't say on here.
Yeah, no. I get it though, Corey. I do, but it's just like the whole Lane Kiffin thing. People are like, it was a Lane Kiffin thing to do how this got drug out. Well, did Lane drag it out or did Ole Miss drag it out, trying to come up with money to keep him? You can look at this and talk about it all day long, and people are still going to leave that conversation with their mind already made up before they even had the conversation. You either like Lane Kiffin or you hate him. You either like Pavia or you hate him. There's no in between with characters like this. So you either see their side of it or you don't. And we can talk about it for 30 minutes, and you're still probably going to have the same opinion about Pavia or Lane Kiffin than before we even had this conversation. So, and to me, it's a waste of breath, not to talk about it. I don't mean it to come out that way, but where we're at with this conversation, we can talk about it for 30 minutes if you want, but is it really going to settle anything, or are we going to get lost?
I mean, is it going to settle anything? No, it's not going to settle anything because we said we have a 12-team playoff. But what made this interesting was this didn't seem like trolling because you had a solution. You want to hear the solution?
Yeah.
4 SEC, 4 Big Ten, 2 ACC, 2 Big 12, 4 at large.
Hold on a second, though. Who's your four Big Ten?
That's where I was trying to get in there. That's where I was wanting to go with this.
That's what I mean. You can't. I mean, honestly, there's only 3 Big Ten schools this year. There's only 3 Big Ten schools this year that are worthy of that conversation. So that right there, that's out.
Timeout.
Look, that truck broke down.
Iowa.
We all agree
Indiana and Ohio State. Michigan, I'm not sold
right?
on. Michigan is
Oregon.
Really
no,
like Texas and
Oregon. Oregon's your third.
Oregon's the third. Now, I'm gonna call timeout here. You know what?
Oh, I forgot about Oregon.
Honestly, if there's not enough teams from each conference, then you expand the at large in a given year. You can do that. I mean, we're both ACC fans. Do we deserve 2 teams in this year? Absolutely.
No, we don't.
So ultimately, you look at North Texas, James Madison, and Tulane. Whether they win or lose, they deserve to be in because they've had 10 wins.
So here comes
I don't do
participation trophy.
No, I'm not saying participation
No,
trophy.
we don't want to see a team get in there and get graped. Like, I have seen enough criminal charges in my lifetime. I don't need to witness another one.
What I'm saying is this, though. I'm not saying participation trophy. I'm saying there are teams. I use those 3 as group of 5 for the sake of argument.
All right, Bird. I want to shorten this conversation. I want to shorten this conversation up, Bird. Hold on. I want to shorten this conversation.
There are teams that have 10 win seasons every year that don't even get a look. It's all I'm saying.
Keep talking what you're talking, because whenever I do this to you and I bust you up with 24 teams, you're going to sit there and you're going to say no to 24 of them. Are you ready? Are you ready to answer your own question, Bird? Are you ready to answer your own question, Bird? You ready? Are you taking them over Georgia? Any of those teams over Georgia?
Okay, are you taking any of them over Alabama? That's not my point, damn it. That's not my point, damn it.
No, I am. No, you're missing our point. Why in the hell would we put up a freaking peewee wrestler up against a freaking grown man?
I'm saying, all right.
I'm saying that all 3 of those teams don't need to be in there.
Group of 5. I was using those teams because one of them had 11 wins. Did they not? North Texas.
Hey, whoa! Do not.
No,
I'm not
I'm
your
asking.
Who
hemorrhoid.
have they
I'm
played?
asking.
Not dragging me into this.
You know what? Do you remember? All right, hold on.
No,
No.
come on, Bird.
Do you hold on now? Do you remember? And it's going way back, but I'm making the point here. Boise State against Oklahoma. Boise State was that team that nobody wanted to put in. Anybody can be beat any given day. I agree that I'm
Okay,
saying.
I'm looking at James Madison
But
right
you're
now.
but you're
Looking at
rubbing
James
this.
Madison's schedule. Who do you think was the best player? Who do you think was the best team on that schedule?
Louisville.
Louisville. You don't have a when James Madison met up with Louisville. Oh,
They
okay,
lost.
by a lot. Wasn't even close. So
It was
no,
it was a lot closer than the score.
hold on. Now let's look at North Texas. Right, 11-1 team. Who do you think their best opponent was?
I'd have to look.
No,
but
give me a guess. Who do you think their best opponent was? South
Tulane?
Florida.
I think South Florida.
You know what their
right?
next best? You know what the next best one was? Freaking Navy.
What?
No,
All right.
no,
You
no. Hang on. I'm not done. I'm not done. You want to say some crazy shit? Let's talk crazy. I'm not done.
missed what?
No. Troy does not belong there. James Madison does not belong there. These little peons have not earned the right to be there.
I didn't say Troy. I never said Troy. All I'm saying, Brandon.
North Texas is the only one that you named that I can kind of if they win.
Brandon, all I'm trying to say is this.
That you want to watch bad
okay?
football. We get it.
Is all right. Hold on. Whether we look at Group of Five or we look at as big boy football, I'm still landing the same plane. Besides the loss of Texas, Vanderbilt deserves to be in, and they won't have that sniff.
Then Texas deserves to be in. If
What?
Vanderbilt deserves
Texas
to be in,
deserves
Texas
to be
deserves
in.
to
That's
be in.
what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was
Texas doesn't
saying,
deserve
Brandon.
to be in, huh, Rod?
No, you should have started off with that. You should have started off with Notre Dame or Vanderbilt and Texas should be in the playoffs, and here's why. That would have been much well received over. Well, we should throw in these little
I wasn't saying that. I was using the record as an example.
That's a bad example. Hawaii went 12-0 and they didn't play anybody. They got freaking mollywop 77-0 in the one peon bowl game they played in. And they were crying about, we should have gone to the Natty. You got beat up in a little toilet bowl you got played in. That's exactly what would happen, Rod.
Brandon, all I'm saying is that all I was saying, and I should have started with this, is this. There are teams that have higher records than a lot of these conferences that even if you're down in 5th, 6th seed, 7th seed in the SEC, they deserve to be in. That's what I was trying to say.
All right, so just looking in the top 25, Rod. Just looking in the top 25, right? Tulane is 20. Right? Hold on. How do I go to? I want to see standings. Like, I want to see actual the standings in the NCAA. How do I see that from scores?
All right, hold on. I got it right here.
I don't trust any of your screens, Rod.
You have James Madison, who has 11-1 record. Do you know how many teams have a better record than 11-1?
Well, let's see. Right now, two Ohio State and Indiana.
Damn, that was a long ass time to get to 2, Bird.
Now,
so why aren't they 3, Bird?
Okay.
Why aren't they 3?
Because of where they played. That wasn't what I was
You're saying that we should
Well,
put more of these. What you said was we should put more of these peons in there.
No, I said there are teams, and I named teams that had at least 10 wins. Did I not?
Listen, Bird.
Oh my God, where are we at
You're
right now?
Texas.
Look, all
Bird, listen,
Okay.
right, let's
hey,
go
listen,
back
Let's go
to
here.
regional.
if you want a feel good story,
That's all I was
Oprah
saying.
has her own network, and so does Oxygen, and so does Hallmark, and the Disney Channel has one.
All right, so back to the Pavia comment, and his solution was, Brandon, name me how this would work with Pavia's tweet or twit or whatever he put out there, because right now there's not 3 Big Ten schools, so that opens the door for another conference. But honestly, the Big 12, there's only 2 teams in the Big 12. That's BYU and Texas
And there's
Tech.
0 teams in the ACC.
0 teams in the ACC.
Virginia's not horrible, and Miami.
All right.
But they got to win. But look, they got to win the game tomorrow, Brandon. If they lose that game, ACC talk is done. It's over.
All right. So right now, hypothetically, let's say Virginia and Miami, the 2 best teams. Okay, we agree with that,
No.
right? Everybody agree with
I still think Georgia Tech's one of the better teams out of the ACC.
All right.
Nah.
Say what you want.
Nah.
So I'm saying, all right, of Georgia Tech, Miami, who would you put over? Is what I'm asking.
All right, look, stop. This would be a great Monday conversation when the games have been played, and if Duke beats Virginia, we're not even going to talk about the ACC. That's the whole thing. We haven't got to this game yet. Oh man, I'm actually getting tired of talking about PB football now. I just want the games to be played. I want the games to be played tonight and tomorrow, and then Monday will be a great conversation if you want to bring a Miami into the conversation. Because right now I just can't do it because that we're talking whether Virginia wins or whether Duke wins. Move on. We do know that there's some solid SEC schools that are going to be in. Period. There's no turning the page on it. They're going to be in. But you can go back to the whole Alabama conversation. If Georgia goes in there and beats them by 10 plus, let's say they win by 17. Let's say it's a 31-17 game. Georgia beats Alabama. Does Alabama go to the playoffs? At this point, I would say no, for the fact that they didn't even show up in the championship game of the conference. And that Florida State loss is going to come back to haunt them till the end of time. Okay, because you're going to have a 3-loss team sitting there to where really you should look at your 11-1s, your teams that are 1 loss, 2 loss max. So, and you could use Notre Dame as a tiebreaker to put them up against some of these schools you're talking about, Rod. Would a James Madison beat Notre Dame? Would a second place finisher in the American, would they beat Notre Dame? Because I'm going to go ahead and tell you, probably not.
Probably not. And you're right.
So I don't want to talk about these schools that you're looking at the Sun Belt Conference. You're looking at, there's only one team you could possibly look at, and that's the champion. And at the end of the day, you got to match them up against, let's say, Notre Dame, who's not in the conference, and say, would the champion of that conference, Rod, would they beat Notre Dame? And if your answer is no, then there's no point in talking about it.
So, all right. Number 15 right now has 2 losses. Utah, 10-2.
That would be a team that I would discuss. I would.
And then let's see, UVA's 10-2, which they win their end. Now I'm gonna throw Brandon's team here. Texas 9-3.
Yeah, but look, if Alabama gets kicked for losing the SEC championship game with 3 losses because they lost to a really shitty Florida State team, then it's hard to talk about Texas with 3 losses because they lost to a really bad Florida team. So
I mean, that's all. Sorry.
When we talk about these Sun Belt teams and stuff, and I'm like everybody else. I'm tired of the Pee Wee football because of the discussions. But here's my thing: I'm not a Texas fan. I am a Miami Hurricanes fan. So you take Texas and you take Miami. Would Tulane beat either one of them? Would James Madison beat either one of them? Would North Texas beat either one of them?
No, I think North Texas actually has a shot.
That's what
I don't think they will.
They might have a shot. Yeah. But the thing is, that's where my biggest issue with, people saying, oh, the non-con or the whatever they're called,
Group of 5
teams. My thing is when they do play these quality teams, they lose. Yes, they might only lose one game a year, but the competition that they're playing is nowhere near even the ACC, which is down this year. And that's what drives me nuts. I don't want to see those teams in there going against a team, say Ohio State. I don't want to watch James Madison play Ohio State. If this was college basketball, I'd say do it, because you know what? In college basketball, at least you have a chance. College football, it's so stacked with these certain teams that these teams, like the Group of 5 teams, have no chances. I know what Boise State did to Oklahoma. That was once in a lifetime.
Statue of Liberty.
Yep, that's the point.
And it took a trick play. It took the Statue of Liberty in order for them to do it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is, you want to talk about Pee Wee football? Okay, I got another one for you. And this one, I got James Madison or Tulane. I got a high school team right now that I would put up against them, and they're in Oklahoma. It's the Bigsby team. This team, they're demolishing teams. I know they're high school, but they've got, I don't know how many Division I players on that team.
They got 5 that are committed to OU.
They're averaging 64 points a game out of 12 games. And that's not just playing Oklahoma teams. They've went and played other teams out of state.
If you look at 20 and you go down the list, right? Are you taking Tulane over Michigan? Bird?
No.
Bird, you taking Tulane over Arizona? What about SC?
No.
What about USC? Southern Cal? Not your game.
I would. No, I would actually put them in contention.
I think that's a good matchup. I think Southern Cal will beat them.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it might be closer, but they're still going to get beat.
Miami, BYU, Notre Dame, Alabama, OU, A&M, Ole Miss, Oregon, Texas Tech, Georgia, Indiana, and Ohio State. So if you look at 19 on down, dude, I'm not taking any of those bums over any of those guys. I'm just not.
They beat they beat who is put in front of them. They do what they're supposed to do, but they don't have the talent that most of these teams do.
Like, you want to give me one? You want to give me one Cinderella story? Fine. Don't give me 8. I don't need all 8 Cinderella stories to get beat out in the first round. That's stupid.
I didn't say 8. I was saying some of these teams rather deserve a look. I didn't say they deserve to be in it. They deserve a look when you got 11 wins and 10 wins. That's what I was saying. Comparably to going down the list, going down a Big Ten or an ACC and Big 12 that you cannot get 4 teams apiece, that's all I was saying.
When I see a player go to the University of North Texas and I see they went 11-1, you know what my first thought is?
What?
Oh, that means we got some good film on you. You can transfer, right? You got time left?
And you know what, Brandon? That kid, the quarterback from North Texas, is following that coach to Oklahoma State, I believe. And
good.
I believe he threw for 600 yards in the game. Did he not, Corey? Help me out.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're often, but that's what I'm saying.
Cool. You're
yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with this new coach of Oklahoma State. One of my first things I'm going to tackle there is I'm going to try to get the Bedlam game brought back.
Yeah,
that game will do wonders for Oklahoma State's recruiting. They've got to get that Bedlam game back in place. He needs to go to the university and tell them, this game needs to go back on the schedule, period. And Oklahoma's not going to want to do it because they're then looking at 9 SEC games plus an Oklahoma State game, which, that only leaves them 2 cupcakes to play. So it's going to be hard to do it, but for the betterment of college football and the fans, it needs to happen.
Yeah.
I don't care that you play 9 SEC games. You've got to put it back on the schedule.
Really quick, last question I'm going to ask about Pee Wee football, and we'll move on. and only because you said something.
Thanks, Rod. Thank
Only,
you,
be,
Rodney, for getting us down this
only
nostril
because
hole.
you just said something actually right now, Dio, that made me think of it. So I
Thank
think
you,
the
Neil.
Bedlam rivalry is big for all of Oklahoma. I think that weekend we see more money flowing in and out of Oklahoma than we do any other weekend. That's just me personally. It's just what I've seen. Somebody asked me how I felt about the A&M Texas rivalry, and to be honest with you, I forget that we're in the SEC now. I mean, you guys remind me all the time, but since Texas A&M has gone to the SEC, I felt like that rivalry kind of died off. How do you guys feel about that rivalry?
Well, it'd be the same thing if Florida said they weren't going to play Florida State anymore because they have 9 SEC games. I mean,
Yeah.
you'll never see the Florida State game go away. The Florida Miami game, I think, is a great matchup every year. But Florida's going to have to drop one of them now. Playing 9 SEC schools, you're going to have to pick Florida State or Miami every year.
You probably
I
switch every
mean,
other.
they don't have to, but they
You
should.
probably switch every other.
You know, the sad part is Oklahoma Texas is the main rivalry with Texas. Texas A&M just feels like the stepchild. I mean, I just don't see it as the same rivalry as like Oklahoma and Texas.
Rod?
You're right. You know what? Ultimately, here's the thing. Some of the with the conference expansions and the more games we have to play in conference, these rivalries are going to go away. Let's be real. No matter what we want to see, it's going to happen. I mean, if Miami and Florida State went in this conference, we would be going down this rabbit hole saying, "Oh, it's a great rivalry." But you know what? Ultimately, you're going to have to make choices, and fans are going to have to deal with it and suck it up and move on. Because ultimately, some of these rivalries won't be ever what they were.
So no, I don't think that we should. I don't think we should ever get rid of a rivalry. I don't think you should ever get rid of a rivalry. But one of the things that the there is, I don't see people getting rid of the out of conference. I do. I'm with Dio on the Florida's going to have to make a decision, which they're probably going to play Miami one year, Florida State the next. They'll probably just bunny hop that. But as far as like, I don't know, there's certain traditions you got to keep. I think that Texas A&M and Texas just didn't keep that rivalry because it was never really that close. That rivalry was
No.
that close.
No, I'd say this Texas and Texas A&M is not like Auburn, Alabama, Clemson, South Carolina, Michigan, Ohio State.
Whoever thinks of South Carolina Clemson?
I don't.
The thing I'm saying is, some of these rivalries are so embedded in, I'm thinking of the word society, that we expect them, is what I'm saying.
Bird, that rivalry's been
That
so
no,
lopsided that until I met you and you told me that was a rivalry, I didn't even know that was a rivalry. I thought that was just because y'all lived in the same state every year.
no, it's actually in the state, it's a really big rivalry, but it's not as known as like Auburn, Alabama, or Ohio State, Michigan type thing.
Texas,
So I
Oklahoma.
think it
Yeah,
goes. I think and I know I'm a little biased. For me, the Red River goes number one, but I think it really goes Ohio State, Michigan number one, the Red River two, and then the Iron Bowl three. I don't think
I
the
can
Iron
You
see
Bowl
know,
that.
is near as big.
you know, one that I always used to like watching, but it's lost its luster because it's on the West Coast was USC and UCLA.
Yeah,
But it's lost its luster since UCLA can't get a team that is worth a
Yeah,
what.
that's the part right there is UCLA's not been competitive in years. That's with Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
and that's like Oregon State. I mean, it used to be a better rivalry, but there again, Oregon State hadn't been relevant in years either. So it's like, to use Brandon's term, a mollywhopping every
I
year.
say that must have been before I was born because for 30 years I've watched Oregon win that
But,
game.
I mean, they
You
always
know,
had close games in the past. Not, but lately in the last, 15 years, it's been more blowouts.
well, you know, I'm glad that Miami and Florida State are in the same conference because we at least get to play every year. I mean, and it's not because I want because Miami wipes the floor with them. I just like that rivalry, and it goes back to way back when. And when you made the comment about UCLA, USC not being relevant since Aikman, that's what I still remember. I remember Aikman versus Rodney Peete for a chance to go to the Rose Bowl. That's what sits in my mind. So I love my rivalries, and I just think with the conferences now, they're getting rid of, no matter how big or small we think that rivalry is, they're getting rid of some of the best ones. That'd be like them getting rid of Army Navy. That is just.
I was a year old when Aikman got drafted.
Yep. I remember. I know. I remember watching that game though.
And I was 6.
2 years in a row was
I was 6.
Aikman and Rodney Peete.
I was 6 my first Super Bowl. So I've been a Cowboys fan for 31 years.
All right. Since we're in the Pee Wee ranks, Matt Campbell to Penn State. Thoughts?
I like it. I like it. Not for him. I mean, Penn State got the best coach they probably could have, but I don't think it's going to be good fit for him down the road.
There's two ways. Look, you got a 50-50 shot on this. It's either going to be really good long term for both, or it's going to be really bad for him. Do they give him 4 to 5 years? I believe they do. You have to. That's with any college program, though. I mean, honestly, you don't anything before 3 years separating ways with a coach. I think is just wrong in college football altogether. I would even go that far with the NFL. You got to give him time to get through some drafts, get the right players in there, the system you're trying to run or build. But he's done a lot with Iowa State, and that's great and all, but is it enough to put Penn State into that competitive yearly conversation that they're not the preseason ranked bullshit, which is what it was this year? But honestly, are they going to be long term that team that can come up and compete with Ohio State and Michigan? I'm not putting Indiana in that conversation yet because I want to see where Indiana's at year 3 and year 4 under Signetti. I think they're going to be taking a step back next year. I think they're beatable in a couple of games, but I don't know. I'm leaning more towards the positive for Penn State on this one. I think he may end up being that dark horse coach that they probably overlooked a few times, and then they realized, okay, we got to make a decision. We got to get a coach in here now. I think it's probably the best name you can throw in there because he's not a big splash, but he's not a turd either.
No.
The guy can do a lot with a lot less. So I don't know. Let's see where it goes.
And you know what? For me, I like the hire. You know what? I thought, and Dio, you agree with me, probably. I thought Satake was a better fit, but Matt Campbell has the most grit. I mean,
I actually like him better than Satake. I do for Penn State.
But here's where I'm going to go right now. If the reports were true, you know what? Penn State was down a rabbit hole that they could not get out of because Jimmy Sexton was Franklin's agent. And he runs 80% of the college coaches as an agent. And he did tell him, if you fire Franklin mid-season, I'm not going to allow any of my guys to talk to you. They made the choice to fire him in mid-season. So they got the best of the best they could get because he did not have a traditional agent. I mean, so ultimately, do I think it's the right fit? I think he brings the most grit. I think he has the right fit, but I still feel like it might feel like a little more like James Franklin in a sense, wanting to see him get over the hump. Because at Iowa State, he built the program, but he could never get over the hump to get to the playoff.
Well, the difference though is Rod. He didn't have the caliber players wanting to come play at Ohio State or Iowa State that you know get over that hump. I mean, yeah, they're in the Big 12, but Texas Tech and other schools were soaking up all those recruits. So he's finishing about where he recruited, middle of the pack.
Exactly. And I agree with that, but I'm just saying to me right now.
He's about to get a steroid shot into his recruiting program by just going to Penn State. That I think he will be the guy to get him over that hump. I do.
And I hope so because you know what? It's football's better when I'm not saying Penn State's elite, but when Penn State's what's the word I'm looking for? Not relevant in the conversation for me because you know what? Honestly, it's one of those programs, Big Ten Smash Mouth football that's always been, and it's always good to see them do well because of that. Go ahead, tell me I'm crazy, Dio.
I mean,
I just don't respond to stuff I don't agree with.
so
That's all.
their last championship was in 1986, which is, just in case you didn't know, longer than the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl. So
I know.
What the fuck are you talking about relevance?
When I say relevance, I mean like
dang, dude, I'm
last
sick
year.
of having to go back to freaking the horse and carriage days to figure out what players were good.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I want them to be very. I want them to go back to the Joe Pod days. Not just
Well, under the Joe Pa days, the last championship was in '86, Rod,
Diane.
which is why I don't put Joe Pa in the same conversation as Bobby Bowden, because Bobby Bowden only won championships along the way. I mean, look, it is what it is.
I agree.
I was 11 years old. I was 11 years old the last time Penn State won anything.
I wasn't even born.
Never.
40 years old and I wasn't even born. Talk about how they're relevant.
I didn't. What? I'm just saying. For me, I like it when I would like to see them back at the class of the Big Ten because it's always Ohio State, Michigan. That's what I'm saying. I want to see them do well, be able to win some of these Ohio State games, have a better.
How about how about winning a Pac-10, or how about winning a Big Ten championship? That would put that back on the relevant conversation train.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
right now they're not.
I want them to get back there. Is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah. So if this coach does that, then I'd say he's getting them over the hump.
Do me a favor and beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
Then we can talk about whether or not you've arrived.
Say
All
what?
right. Anyway, what we got next, Brandon? We got some games tonight.
We already
man.
went over the college games. The only thing we have left is
I know, but hey, here we are. We got two
NFL.
games tonight. We got James Madison winning, or what we
Oh,
got? Has anybody changed their minds?
I don't even know what teams those are. I don't know. I can't tell you anything about Troy, North Texas, or Tulane. You know why? Because I don't watch those bum schools.
But this could be one of the teams that keeps your
Our Longhorns don't
Longhorns out of
deserve
the
to go to the
Brandon.
playoffs. We got beat by Florida.
Well, just in case, Brandon.
I'm still sticking with Troy and North Texas.
You got Drew. You got Troy and James Madison about to kick off in about 15 minutes. I'm still sticking with James Madison on that one, and I still got North Texas beating Tulane tonight at 8 o'clock.
I I still like the North Texas over Tulane. I agree. I still like the James Madison over Troy. And
That's the only two games we're talking. That's the only two games we're talking about tonight. Okay.
all
I'll be
right,
watching Lakers and Celtics
All
at
right.
6, and I'll be watching Mavericks at Thunder at 8:30.
Oh, who's going live tonight? By the way.
It's Pee Wee. It should be Bird.
Hey, by the
Bird,
way,
you going live or I gotta go live?
Bird.
It's
okay,
Bird. It's a simple answer. You're gonna go live.
yeah,
Okay.
12
but
o'clock on Sunday. We got the Colts going to Jacksonville.
Man, give me the Jags on that one. Give me the Jags.
I'm
taking the Colts.
I know why you are, and I'm not disagreeing with you, Corey.
Why is Corey? Why? I guess I'm confused.
Go ahead, Corey.
I don't know. It's just one of those games that I'm not just like, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. It's a noon game. It is in Jacksonville, but I say if Indy loses today or the Sunday, I think this is their crossroad, like the game last night was for both teams.
Yep.
So that's why I think Indy's going to end up winning that one. I don't think Jonathan Taylor is going to let him lose.
The problem is
So
teams have figured out that if you stop Jonathan Taylor, you stop Daniel Jones.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen
You're
have done a
welcome.
great job. They've done everything this year that I said that they were going to do. I was curious if Daniel Jones had become a pumpkin and the clock had struck midnight. And just being real, they started off in a tear, but lost 1, 2. They had 1, 2, 3. They've lost 3 out of the last 4.
This is the first of 2 games against the
It is 1 or
Jaguars.
2.
So I think they split with them, and I think they each team takes the game on the road. That's why another reason I went with the Colts.
If the Colts win out, or if the Colts lose out, they still won 3 games more than I thought they would.
Yeah, true.
I had them at maybe 5. Of course, I also thought AR was going to be the quarterback.
yeah, you did.
I mean, at that time, Daniel Jones was not named the starter at that point. So
Yeah, it wasn't.
I'm taking the Jaguars on this one.
the KOD.
Am I on the island on that one?
Probably. Sounds like it.
What game is
Colts
that?
Jags.
Colts Jags.
Yeah, I still got the Jags in the one, man. But I agree with everything Corey said, and that's the only reason I was like, yeah, I know he's going to say he's right, but I still got the home team. I got Trevor Lawrence finally, kind of back to where he was 2-3 years ago. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a game.
Listen, if you get beat by the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers is having a bad game, what's that really say about your team?
Yep.
Because Aaron Rodgers hasn't played great since week 1. That's Dolphins and Jets.
You know, it's going to be an ugly game, but I think the Dolphins still pull it out.
Give me the Jets.
I'm going Dolphins.
I'm going Dolphins on
Cool,
that
I'll be
one.
on the island. I love it when I'm on the island. Dolphins can't play in cold weather. Do y'all know how cold it's supposed to be in New Jersey? Y'all better get that dude. Y'all better get that dude a
Yeah,
sweater.
but this day and age, they've got heated elements in their uniform.
Okay, so when Tua
No,
has a passer rating of 6 and he has 14 yards total, I'm gonna say
that could be on a bright sunny day in Miami too. I mean, you never know what you're gonna get with Tua.
Yeah.
You don't know what brain cells might be fighting each other, like y'all say about me on that. With
Hey, you know what, Brandon? The one thing you do have on your side taking the Jets?
I don't have the KOD.
No. You got Tyrod Taylor starting for him.
I know he's doing pretty well too.
I'm just saying, at least it
I
ain't
know.
Fields.
I do have a shot in this. Steelers at Ravens. I'm probably gonna be on an island again.
I got
Holy
the Steelers
shit.
winning this game.
So do I.
Sweet.
All right, I changed my pick. I'm taking the Ravens. No, I am taking the Steelers, even if Aaron Rodgers plays. Taking the Steelers. They split. They're gonna split this game. They're gonna split this. They're gonna split this series. It's gonna come down to the last game on whether or not Steelers make the playoffs. Saints at Bucks. Which, by the way, Saints are Saints are
Give me
one of
Tampa.
5 teams that are completely eliminated. By the way, there's only 5 teams that are completely eliminated from contention. Which leads me to this point. Did you know the Browns are still in contention?
Yeah, have you seen
Yeah.
the North and the
That's
AFC?
how bad the North is.
It's less than 1%. But the Jets, the Browns, the Dolphins, the Bengals, who are in 12th place in the AFC, by the way, actually have a higher percentage than Dolphins, Jets, and Browns, and the Dolphins are ahead of them. They're at 4%. 4% to make it. Saints and Bucks.
I'm probably
Going
going to be
Bucks.
on the. Go ahead.
I just got the Bucks.
I'm probably going to be on the island by myself. I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah, you can
The KOD.
you can hang out down there by yourself. That's an island I don't want to be on. That island don't even
And
that island don't even have cocoa nuts. It's just got nuts. That's just crazy. I'm not doing that one.
Yep.
you know
Good
what,
job,
though?
Rodney.
Let me say this. They have nothing to lose. They already out of the playoffs.
Who?
Okay. What better way? The
Oh, yeah,
Saints. So what better way to wreck former division foes than beat them? I mean, right now the Bucks are struggling to even make the playoffs. So let's be real. With Mayfield hurt, a lot of the injuries, this could be the upset.
Just because I have the ability to leave my son at home doesn't mean I should.
I'm looking up at the ceiling again. The stretch neck. The gooseneck, y'all call it.
They probably weighing you down. Nose that big, I'm worried. Titans at Browns.
Mm-mm.
Only one of these teams were eliminated from contention.
Browns.
No, Browns are not eliminated. Titans are eliminated.
No. I'm saying I take the Browns.
You know what though? I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna pull a Rodney. Give me the Titans.
Okay.
As the resident,
I'm taking the
with you
Browns.
being the resident Shador fan, you got a jersey coming to your house and everything.
I just have a feeling that this game's going to come down to the end, and the Titans get a field goal to win.
Browns win by 3 scores. Browns win by 3 possessions.
It's
All right, just remember, guys, I took the Titans in this game.
It's being 4.5 points. Favorite. Browns are favored by 4.5.
Now let's talk about Shedeur Sanders for a minute. And let's talk about this narrative about how I don't study film and how I'm lazy and how I'm this and I'm that and I'm clearly the number 2 quarterback and you got taken number 1. Not only did you get taken number 1, but you also got taken 4 rounds ahead of me. I have this game circled, starred, highlighted, and I have seen every snap the defense has done. Me personally, I would have already watched every snap the Titans have done because I'm going to take it to Cam Ward, and I'm going to show the Titans on why you missed on me. Shedeur wins by 3 scores. 2 in the air, 1 on the ground. He has 3 touchdowns. Commanders, Vikings.
I'll go first on this one.
Go ahead.
I'm going for a tie.
Huh?
I'm taking a tie.
There's
6
no
to 6.
Hey, Mason, you
tie.
gotta go get you a lottery ticket.
I'm serious. No, if I had to pick a winner, I'm gonna pick the Vikings because they're at home, 6-3.
You know what? I just saw where Jaden Daniels is back this week. It makes me want to.
Oh, definitely take the opposing team then.
Sorry,
He's a Commander.
10-3.
I got the Commanders.
You got the Commanders, Rod? Okay.
Rod, you're taking the Commanders?
Because who do you? I'm taking the Commanders, and I'm gonna ask y'all this question: who do you trust more, Jaden Daniels or JJ McCarthy?
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh my God!
No.
Oh my God! I'll take
Rodney. Rodney.
Jaden's coming.
Eat your bird here.
I'll take Rick Meyer over J.J. McCarthy. What are you talking about?
Eat your bird here. Do you trust a 3-9 team or a 4-8 team?
It's within a. I mean, I'm just
I
talking
like
about
my
quarterback. Is what I'm saying.
Goodness.
I just said, coming back off injury, are we going to see the more explosive Jaden, or is he going to still be?
Does he have Terry McLaurin back yet?
Scary Terry's back. And Debo.
Is he back? I really didn't know. I was being serious. Is he back?
He's back last week.
Okay. I still say it's going to be a low-scoring game and a snooze fest. The defenses rule. 6-3 Vikings.
No, Commanders put up points. Commanders win. They eliminate the Vikings, and then they get eliminated themselves. Seahawks at Falcons.
There shouldn't even be a conversation at the Seahawks.
I've got the Seahawks.
Sweep.
DIO?
Give me Seahawks.
All right. Bengals at Bills.
I'm
Who
going.
do I think's going to win, or who do I think should win?
I think Joe Burrow. I think the Bengals are going to win that game.
And I'm going to go out on the limb because I think the Bengals should win that game, but I think the Bills will win that game.
No, I think Burrow's got something for Allen.
He might, but
He wears the number 1 jersey. His name's Jamar Chase. Meet him well. Who are you going to put on him?
and you got T. Higgins.
It's not that. I'm not even thinking of that. I think this is going to be the highest scoring game.
Well, because neither one
But
can stop a
if I had to
nosebleed.
pick a defense, I'm taking the Bills. They just need to do one stop more than the Bengals, and I would put money on them first on
You
their
ain't wrong.
defense.
You're not wrong. All right,
So
Bears at Packers.
The Bears. I'm going Bears. Caleb Williams has 3 touchdown game.
I went the Bears.
Corey?
you go ahead, Brandon. Who do you think?
Go Pack, go. Michael Parsons has a day. Bears get shocked, and they don't know what to do.
Go. Go.
This is another game that I cannot, and it's not because I dislike the Bears. It's just
Green Bay's at home now.
I'm going to have to go to the Packers. I'll go to the Packers, but
Rod, who's KOD?
I took the Bears.
That's why. God.
All right, and for the last afternoon game, we have Rams at Cardinals.
Rams.
You know what? The Cardinals are in this game, but the
Yeah.
Rams are going to pull it out.
I agree.
Oh, you don't think the Rams are going to cover
I
the
took
8.5?
Rams.
No,
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think I took any of them that was over 5.5 points this week.
And to me, the second most interesting game on Sunday, the number one defense takes on Patrick Mahomes on NBC.
I'm going Texans.
Hey, Houston's on a run.
Yeah,
They're gonna make it interesting in that AFC South.
I think the Texans beat the Chiefs.
Rodney.
I took the Texans.
Okay. That was a sweep.
Who would have thought the Texans over the Chiefs would be a sweep?
All right, and then Monday night's game, we got Cry Eagles Cry versus a quarterbackless Chargers.
He might play.
Yeah, I did see that they're expecting him to play.
Yeah, and I'm still taking.
I'm taking the Eagles in this game, but I don't think they win big.
I'm taking the Chargers. Even with it's Trey Lance.
I mean, at that point, just bring Duke Laley up to play. I mean, seriously.
I can't root for the Eagles.
I got the Eagles.
How do you beat the Lions 16-9 and then you let the Dallas Cowboys put up 40? That's crazy.
Well, Brandon, you're the last one to pick, buddy.
I just don't.
I can hear it. You got smoke coming out your
I
out
don't
your ears,
want
don't
to
you?
fucking pick the Eagles. I just don't think the Chargers will win. I don't think the Chargers can win. Damn, I don't want to pick the Eagles.
But let me ask you this. Do you think the Eagles can lose this game as much as you don't think the Chargers can win? You get what I'm asking?
Outside of the Rams, and I know they put up a stinker. Was it last week? Was it last week they got beat?
Yeah,
The
one of
Rams
the.
last week by Carolina.
The Rams have lost 3 games. They've got a 95% chance of making the playoffs. I think they have to win like 1 or 2 more games, and they solidify it. Man, the Eagles have been playing some bad football. Outside of the Rams, I'm not so sure. The Seahawks are really good. I do like the Niners, even though they've been injured. They still keep finding ways to win. Outside of the West in the NFC, I don't think any of these guys are contenders. I don't think the Bears are contenders. Now, do I think they can make the NFC Championship game? Sure. I think you can get lucky and have a nice road. Can you win the NFC Championship game? Sure. You could get lucky. Are you going to win the Super Bowl? I'm not taking the Bears over the Pats. I'm not taking the Bears over the Broncos. Maybe the Jags. Not doing it with the Ravens. Maybe with the Chargers. Maybe with the Colts. I'm not even taking the Bears over the Bills. I don't think they're true contenders. Are they having a great season? Yes. Has Caleb Williams improved tremendously? Absolutely. Is he the end it be all? I don't know about all that. Ben Johnson's done a good job though. I will give Ben Johnson his credit. I didn't think Ben Johnson would do as good as he's done. All right, man. That's the last one for today.
My Zach.
All right, do you guys have anything else you want to add?
The Zags are playing Kentucky right now on ESPN2. If you don't want to watch Pee Wee football,
I'm gonna turn on the.
and the Celtics Lakers play
I'm gonna turn
tonight.
on the Lakers game. Blue, you want to go get
Yep, Celtics Lakers play tonight.
Go get it. I'll open it.
I do have one thing.
What's up?
You
Here we go.
know, Dad, this week, and you know what? I just want to send shout out to the Clemson family and Brent and his family, sending condolences. They came out and said it was a drowning accident due to a medical condition he was having. So that's all.
Actually, you know what? On that note, Rodney, I do want to give a shout out again to Shaq, because Shaq actually is paying for his funeral. The cost of his whole
what
funeral.
happened?
Elvin Campbell used to play for the Lakers, went to Clemson. He was out fishing, had a medical condition, fell in the water, drowned, unalived. And Shaquille O'Neal is paying for his funeral services, everything.
Oh, wow. He's such a good dude.
Because they were teammates.
Shaq is such a good dude.
Huh? Yeah.
He is.
I was watching a video the other day. There was his family. They were going in, and they were like counting money, trying to see how much they could afford to get like a washer and dryer, right? Because theirs had gone out, and like Shaq just happened to walk in the store and bought him a brand new washer and dryer.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Well, if you ever watch him, he's when he's at a game, not doing the TNT thing. If you ever watch him, he sits in the front row, but you'll see kids walk up to him, and just want to give him a fist pump or give him five or something, or shake his hand, and he gives them a hug.
There was a video where, yeah.
And then on the flip side of that, you see LeBron James. There's been many videos where he's snubbed kids.
right?
And it's like, okay, shows you the difference in people.
Well, I mean, if you look at Shaq, like, and he stands up over you, like, I guarantee you, if Shaq was to stand up over me, I'd be intimidated. But then you hear him talk, and it's like, dude, I'd really hate to see you go ugly on somebody. Like, could you imagine what's behind all that?
Well, I'm going to tell you one. I'm going to tell you right now, though. You want to know where Shaq got that
He's
at?
from the hood.
His dad was a military man.
Yeah.
He's from the hood, though.
Yeah. So, you know what? He was raised right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He really is a good dude. Shout out to that family. Prayers to that family. Well, guys, if you don't have anything else, we're done for the day.
All right.
Yep. Game is on.
See ya.